What are your negative beliefs about dyslexia and how they're holding you back? Guys, I'm so excited because we're going to talk about the negative beliefs, the top 7 negative beliefs about dyslexia that a lot of people have. So if you are having them, and also top couple of beliefs, positive beliefs about dyslexia, so you can actually use your dyslexia in advantage. And I hope you guys enjoy. So the big question is this: how can dyslexics like us create a place, a community, a tribe where people at any stage of life can come and solve any challenge, amplify their strengths, and ultimately help them become who they were meant to be, or in other words, conquer their dyslexia? That is the question, and this show is the answer. My name's Theo Goff, and welcome to the Conquering Dyslexia podcast. Hey guys, I'm just in my car at the moment because the sound might sound a bit different. I'm on my break, but I really want to send this message on and I really want to offer this value to you and talk to you about something I've been thinking about for a while, and I think it will help a lot of people because sometimes I talk about it a lot, that with dyslexia, oftentimes the real disability can be the disability of our belief about what we think about ourselves, how we think about ourselves, what we believe about ourselves, and what we believe we can and can't do, or think we can and can't do. That is oftentimes the crutch, and is actually the thing that is holding us back. And I know basically in my life, when I realised when things were going really bad, I had zero confidence, zero defence, hating every single day. Learning was the second. I wasn't focused on learning because that was just what I couldn't learn at all. But what was worse than that is that what felt worse is that I had no friends. I was not enjoying it at all. I was so many different problems I was having, and I realised ultimately, because this is the point in my life where I had so much help, so much support, and I had so much 8 years of the best help and support about learning, about improving, about in a dyslexia school, all the different dyslexic strategies that I could use to improve myself. And I thought here in my sixth form, I thought this is all that could be. This is the best I'll ever be. And then when I was thinking that, saying this is the best I can ever be, I fell into depression and all these sort of things. But the reason I'm telling you this is because I felt rubbish, but then everything changed for me when I started realising the truth. The truth was, what was holding me back wasn't my dyslexia, it was my beliefs about my dyslexia, my beliefs about my past, saying because I've tried in the past and I haven't improved, therefore I can't now. And I know I had a massive trap on what I believed about myself. That was my limitations. And I want to make this little video because I sort of wrote down top 7 what I think are the core negative beliefs that people with dyslexia have that are holding them back. And oftentimes they believe these things as fact. And I want to talk to you about them and go through them and really realise, I want you to reflect on them, saying, do I believe that? Am I acting in this way in my life? Because I feel if we think these things and if we say these things to ourselves, that we're like, oh my God, this is actually the thing holding me back. I've been saying this thing over and over again, but it's actually not my dyslexia, was it? It was this thing, what I'm saying to myself. Because we have to realise something. Without dyslexia, human beings are great at manifesting what's not there. Like with dyslexia, I say dyslexia all the time, and I identify myself as dyslexic, and I like it. But I have to think about dyslexia was a word made up 130 years ago, described by some people as slightly different than other people, and it doesn't make sense. Why people with that, average to a high IQ, smart people that can't read and write. Why is that? And they labelled up the word dyslexia. So I want to go from this point of forgetting everything that we think we know about ourselves. Does that make sense? Because that's the only way we can learn forward. Because Jim Quick, expert in memory and learning, he basically says one of the key things to learning is you have to forget what you already know. Because if you go into a situation with a load of knowledge and think you add this new piece of knowledge into that load of knowledge that you have to make it make sense, oftentimes it won't. And then you wouldn't have learned anything. And then you can't move forward. So anyway, go to this. So basically, a couple of beliefs that people have. So the first belief is that dyslexia is a disability. This one's very common. Dyslexia is a disability. Now, why do people believe this? Because in the not medical journals, I don't know what they're called, but in the sort of science papers, it's always labelled as a disability. It's wrong. It's not a disability. It's not a learning disability. And physically not a learning disability. If you look at the definition of what a learning disability and the definition of what dyslexia is, it's not a learning disability. but oftentimes that's how it's spoken about and that's how it's written down. It's not a learning disability. It's not. And the word disability means we're disabled in certain things. We can't do certain things. We can do things. We just learn differently than everyone else. Physically, it's not a disability. So if we somehow use the word as disability and think it's a disability, that's holding us back, because our language affects us so much we cannot believe. Our language, like for example, people ask you how you are, say, oh, I'm doing okay, I'm just getting by. That affects us massively. But if we say, oh, I'm doing amazing, that would make us better. So our language affects us. So that's it. And like, if you look, a lot of you are thinking, okay, but I say the word disability, I like saying it because I call it a disability because of this or this or this or this. Well, we have to ultimately realise that this language can believe it. Can believe it's a disability, then it will actually be holding you back in certain areas. So anyway, first one, dyslexia is disability. Second one, dyslexia means I'm dumb. Dyslexia means I'm dumb and I can't learn. I can't learn this because I'm dyslexic. I can't learn this because I'm dumb. I'm dumb because I'm dyslexic. I can't learn this because I'm not smart enough. Because I'm dyslexic. I've never been able to learn. That's a belief. That's utterly a belief. And, you know, like, for example, you mean, if you're talking to yourself as like a friend, if you mean talking to your friend, you wouldn't actually say your friend's dumb. You know, yeah, of course they're smart in this area, this area, this area, this area. They can do this really well. And like, if we're talking to our best friend, we'd hype them up, say, oh yeah, you can do all these things. But oftentimes we don't do that to ourselves. We can beat ourselves up and beat ourselves down all the time. We're saying, oh no, you can't do this, you're stupid, you can't learn, you tried and failed so many times in the past, you can't do this thing. And that makes us feel really bad, and that makes us beat ourselves down time and time and time again. And just be a self-advocate for yourself. Say, yes, you can do this. Be your best friend. Treat yourself like your best friend. Say, yes, you can do this. You can learn this, Theo. You can improve this. You can learn this. You are smart. You are capable. Dyslexia doesn't define you. You define you. Not going to let this word, and you mean this diagnosis, stop you learning this stuff. You can find a way to do it. And really hype yourself up, because oftentimes we believe that we're not smart and we can't learn. Second belief. Third one is I never learned it in school, therefore I never can learn it. These two are quite related, but it's just because I've had, like, for example, loads of people has had schooling, they've had help and they haven't learned things. So I never learned in the past, therefore I'll never be able to. They believe that because they've never done it in the past, they think they can never do it now or in the future. And that's such a big thing that used to hold me back, and yeah, I know it holds so many people back, thinking I've got all these things in the past that I haven't done, or I tried to do it in the past and I've failed, I haven't got my C, I haven't passed that test. And we think we've tried and failed in the past, therefore it will happen again in the future. Biography is not destiny. Whatever happened in the past does not have to happen in the future. And I want you to realise that. And realise this is a trap that people fall into. Just because it's happened in the past, just because you failed in the past, doesn't mean you have to fail in the future. I could talk about that for ages. But anyway, that's number 3. Number 4 is, like for a lot of people say, I'm dyslexic, therefore I can never have a job. Or, the first one, I'm dyslexic, therefore I can never have a job. No one accepts me because I'm dyslexic. I can't have this job because I'm dyslexic, because they'll fire me, because I'll get kicked out, or because of discrimination. Everyone discriminates against dyslexia. Some people do. Some people discriminate against dyslexia, but not everyone. Sometimes it can be bad, but 99% of the time it's not. You just have to find your way of working around it, find your way of working with it. Because the truth is this, it's like you are affecting your dyslexia more than your dyslexia is affecting you. Truth. So people with that same severe dyslexia, one person it's negatively affecting them so much in their life because they're affecting their dyslexia. And other people, same dyslexia, same severe dyslexia, and it's not affecting them nearly as much. Does that make sense? And really realise that if you think you can't get a job, there's so much I want to say about that, but like, I want you to notice that this is a negative belief and it's not true. There's so many other people with dyslexia has a job. Same severe dyslexia as you, but oftentimes can be a lot worse, and has a job. Same bad childhood as you, has a job. Same this as you, has a job. And I'm saying this for you to realise, look, it can happen. People have done it in the past, you can do it. Don't beat yourself down. Don't say negative stuff to yourself. Don't have your negative talk inside your head. You can do it, okay? And then Number 5 is I can't make friends because I'm dyslexic. I can't make friends because I'm dyslexic. Now, there was this message in the group, in one of these Facebook groups, saying I can't make friends because I'm dyslexic. Can anyone else do the same? And there was dozens and dozens and dozens of other people saying the same. I can't make friends because I'm dyslexic. I can't make friends because I'm dyslexic. And I remember looking at this, it got posted like even half an hour ago when I looked at it, and it was like 6 or 7 comments. And I commented in there, I said, no, dyslexia doesn't affect you having friends. It can mean it's different, and oftentimes it can be a lot more difficult, but making friends is up to you. It's your choice, it's up to you. It's up to you to go out and make the friends. And oftentimes we have to learn, because our brains work differently than everyone else, we have to learn how to make friends. And you mean like there's two sort of things: how to communicate, how to build rapport, how to talk to people, and how to have self-confidence in yourself. Those are 2 things I believe that we have to work on. And like how to be confident, work on it, educate yourself. You do a lot of time on that, and I speak a lot about it. But the main thing is just push yourself. Doing things that you never normally done. And just keep doing that. Doing a little bit each day to scare yourself. Then you'll be so much more confident than you had before. And communication, learn. You listen to the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. Classic book about how to make friends and influence people. All of that. But just learn, educate yourself. But making friends is up to you. Dyslexia is not stopping you from making friends. I can tell you there's people Stephen Hawking has friends. He can't walk, he can't talk, he can't move. Stephen Hawking has friends. You can walk, you can talk, you can move. Your brain just works a bit different. Think about that for a second. Think about so many people that has, their communication is so limited, but yet they're friends, yet they can communicate with the world. Think about that for a second, okay? And I think, so that one, I don't. So I'm not smart, can't make friends, and that. So these are negatives, beliefs that we have about dyslexia. I think there's some more, but I can't read my own handwriting, to be quite honest with you. But I want you to really realise that dyslexia, when I say the word dyslexia, it's not, people have negative beliefs about it. It's the beliefs that are oftentimes holding us back. So these are beliefs, and these are negative beliefs. But let's look at the other side of the coin, positive beliefs. Well, Theo, we can't have positive beliefs because we want to know the facts about dyslexia. There's no point being positive thinking and making stuff up. I'm not talking about having positive thinking about making stuff up. What I'm saying is that the word dyslexia is a word. And let me tell you, the meaning of the word dyslexia is different things to so many different people. Man, that dyslexia, the word dyslexia means different things to different people, okay? So it's what it means to different people. So, for example, the 2 people have the same dyslexia. One person has it more severe than the other person. No, it's the same severe dyslexia. One person likes their dyslexia, the other person hates it. Because they have beliefs about it. So it's what controls how dyslexia affects us is our beliefs ultimately. It's about what we believe about it. So I also think I want to rattle off some positive beliefs about dyslexia. And if you don't believe them, they're 100% true, and you've got to work on believing them. Firstly, dyslexia is not a disability, it's a different ability. It's a different way of thinking, it's a different way of processing, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing, we're in dyslexia, we have strengths because we have weaknesses. We have weaknesses because we have strengths. Think about it like this. There's an amazing book that describes it in detail called The Dyslexia Advantage. Highly recommend reading it. But basically I'll talk about the 4 kind of basic things and how they relate. So dyslexics are very good at 3D images, visualizing 3D images. We're very good at 3D images, but very bad at looking at 2D images. And guess what a 2D image is? Word! A word is a 2D image, and it's been proving in MI machines that we're bad that we're bad at understanding 2D images, okay? First thing. The second thing, we're very good at big picture thinking. Because we can because we're really good at creating 3D models, but we're very good at big picture thinking at a big picture, okay? That's what we're really good at. And what we're really bad at is seeing the details, the names, the specific details of things. We're really good at understanding the whole picture, the whole concept. Very bad at understanding the particular name that does the certain reaction or the certain thing, whatever. So very good at that. So that's one thing. And so that's another thing. Another belief about dyslexia is that what's it? Because and that dyslexia can be an advantage. Dyslexia can be an advantage. It can. You've got to find out how it can be an advantage, because ultimately Dyslexic, you mean ultimately if you actually use the gift that dyslexia gives you, and because you've struggled and failed before in the past, it would make you so much more stronger now. So dyslexia can be a disadvantage, okay? Another thing is that every day the struggles you go through with having dyslexia makes you a stronger person. The struggles you go through having dyslexia makes you a stronger person. Think about that for a second. It's true, isn't it? When you go through struggles, it makes you a stronger person. And just because something is hard doesn't mean it's bad. Just because something is hard doesn't mean it's bad, okay? There's that one. And then there was another one. Let me think of it. What was it? I can't think of that today. I literally had it in my head 2 seconds ago. Anyway, so guys, these are some ideas that I had I want to share with you and really realise in where your mind is right now. I mean, with your dyslexia, just with life in general. Because the process it takes to conquer dyslexia, it's the process it takes to conquer your life, to conquer any so-called disability. So guys, I would like you to take care, have a good day, and please like and share this podcast everywhere, and see you guys later.